Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is, or actually when they finally watch this, will have had a good day or good morning. Beautiful outside, sun shining. Like you guys know me, I love those sunny blue skies. Love this kind of weather. Getting ready for spring, and we're looking forward to it. I'm going to come on and do a few news articles. I'm not going to go through an entire hours long list of some that that doesn't even really amount to anything, or it's not really. And guess who's back again? Needy cat. Everybody's gonna know her from now on as Needy Cat. Anyway, not gonna do the whole 1 hour, over an hour news thing. There's no point in that. Like I said, some of that stuff is will come to naught and be unimportant. But I try to pick out things that I think are going to might be possibly a problem or of extreme interest down the line. And but we're going to go through the list today and it really be kind of frugal about what we're going to look at, and just doing quick videos. We'll do one video and probably end, and then do one more on another 1 to 5 or 10 minutes, just short ones like that. So let's get into it. First thing, article I wanted to bring up is everyone knows, you heard me talk about the Large Hadron Collider, Large Particle Collider at the CERN Institute at the French and Swiss border. This is an update on a possible new particle. You're saying, well, brother, what does it have to do? Well, it has to do with a lot, because we are getting knowledge from other entities. And you're saying, oh no, what are you talking about? You're not talking about aliens. No, I'm not talking about aliens. I'm talking about when I say entities, I'm either talking about unclean spirits, demonic spirits, or fallen angels. The Bible gives them different names, and each one has a different function. They all come from the same, source. Satan still, if you want to look at it this way, is still their commander, their leader. But they go about and they wreak havoc, destroy people's lives, and do stuff like this. Plant ideas that there's no way in the world, our finite minds, could come up with some of this stuff. A lot of things I talked about have just been downloaded into people's minds. You guys have heard me say that several times about people that weapons developers, for instance. All of a sudden something just gets downloaded, almost as they describe it, to their mind while they're doing something like swimming. And and it's something that's totally revolutionary. No one could ever think of, unless there was some kind of outside source pushing it in there, or putting it in, or uploading it to their brain. Why I use those two words? That's just kind of how they described it. Something just got uploaded to my brain when I was doing this, and I had the schematics, I had everything about it. No one had ever developed anything like it. Along the same lines of this right here, and there's supposedly, I think last year I believe the Chinese were actually going to build one of their own large colliders, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll do some research, but I believe it's going to be larger than this one, and this one is circular, or maybe it's a slight oval, but most of it it's in a circular design, and it's all the way around circular. It's 17 miles long. Okay, and what this meant to do is collide these particles, and they're looking for stuff like what could have made the Big Bang. They first discovered the Higgs boson particles. They called it the God particles. Does everyone remember that? Well, You know, God doesn't need anything like that. You know, it's whatever. We're scrambling to catch up and see, even with this information from other entities that put this stuff and give us this kind of technology, it's still nothing compared to God. But this could have implications in the future about when the end comes, the time comes, when, you know, like say for instance, when the bottomless pit is open. Some people have mentioned that this could be one of the way. If you remember the passage, it says about the star falling down from heaven with the key to the bottomless pit. A star falling. Okay, sometimes, you know, you guys know, you can sometimes interchange angel and star. Sometimes those two are interchangeable. So there is a key to the bottomless pit, and this could actually be what they're talking about. Could be that we have the technology in place, because they're already had it up to their peak level of performance before, and have witnessed some things. And the first time that this happened, not a lot was really talked about it, because it was just for your straight laced, you know, necktie wearing, you know, scientists that, you know, they're not going to mention anything about that. But with the first time this was turned on at full power, there was people around that area that experienced multiple types of weird phenomena, ghostly type phenomena, poltergeist type phenomena, whatever you want to talk, however you want to put it, demonic possession. We all know that all that comes from the same source, by the way. I'm not saying ghosts or poltergeist as in, you know, dead people still walking around. I'm talking about demonic spirits, and all this stuff comes from the same source. But also, more interesting to me, and some of the studies and some of your guys' studies, is there's people that even witnessed giants, that, and all the stuff after they turned it off, eventually everything disappeared and settled down. I have to do some more checking on that to re-verify that part, speaking about the giants. But it's been prophesied that the giants are going to return. I already believe they're here. Maybe not giants in stature. That's not what we'll go into right now. But let me get in this article, okay? We'll talk more about that, the old giant issue, and what I think is going on with it. And you know, they're getting ready to let me read the update. It says an update on a possible new particle from CERN's Large Hadron Collider as the LHC gets ready to start up again. They're getting ready to crank this thing back up again. They've even got their own substation. They've got everything they want. All these countries put this together, and the symbol that they have is the Hindu goddess Shiva, standing in the middle, what it looks like a sun or a portal. And it's kind of funny, that's the deity in their religion that they say dances across dimensions. Why would they put that why would they pick that particular one out there, that one, to make a statue to at that institute, on the French-Swiss border? Why? Because they know what they're looking for. They know what they're doing. Not just looking for new particles or new, you know, nothing like that. They're trying to open. The guy that's in charge of the place even admitted it, people. Wow. He admitted it. He said, we are looking for other realities, alternate dimensions, other dimensions like this. We can crack into it. Okay, what is in these other dimensions and other realities, if you want to look at it? Well, we know there's a third heaven It's where God, the throne room of God is. Stand to reason that there is a second heavenly, where the spiritual warfare goes on, that the angels and the fallen angels and the demonic spirits and all that exists and intrude over into the first heaven, this reality, our reality, first heaven, the sky and the stars and planets that we can see right now. This is some serious stuff and wild stuff, people. I've been following this. I know a bunch of you guys have. A lot of you other watchmen out there, I know you guys have. Because I've listened to you. So anyway, so it's ready to get cranked up again, to start up again. Two reanalysis of the data. Already taken a look at last year's intriguing hints. That's where it cuts off. Man, my eyes are getting worse. Oh boy. Excuse me for just 1 second, trying to get the... As LHC gets ready to start up again, two reanalysis of the data. Already taken a look at last year's intriguing hints. This comes from the Guardian. And to give you the meat of this, said the week-long conference is tiring and great fun. One guy he's giving a report. So we listen to presentations in the morning and evenings and ski in the afternoons. Oh, well, sounds like a fun trip to me. I'm reporting to you on 3 interesting talks we just heard. An exciting update from the experiments about the so-called diphoton. Can't even talk. Guys, pray for me that I can start talking. Oh my goodness, I get into these things, and I just it's just part of this problem. Diphotons, that's what it's called. Excess seen at the high energy collisions at the LHC, the Large Hadron Collider. The second run of the LHC said if the signal, which shows too many collisions producing 2 particles of light at a certain energy, which is 750 times the mass of the proton, becomes statistically significant, it means the discovery of a new particle plus some others need to make the details of the collision works. As far as I'm going to go in the article, so it comes from the let's give it in case somebody wants to go look at it. Come on now, slow. This is theguardian.com. It will be under their science and physics entry if you want to read more about it. If you just want to read more about what CERN is and what they say it does, and you can Google it, and you'll get plenty of details. Scientific views out the wazoo. But it's interesting because everyone, when it first come out, or it's being built, and finally they cranked it back up, they're saying, look, messing with something dangerous. Even Stephen Hawkins, who's considered to be one of the smartest men in the world, even said that don't switch this thing on or keep it on. You're going to destroy everything. Well, we know that everything is not going to be destroyed by a device like this, because there may be something to happen. They may actually, and there again, there's reports of them when these things get open. When they look into these beams, once they finally collide, they're able to see things, and they said they've seen actually faces looking back threw them at them. I know that sounds all weird and wild and everything, but we know all this stuff is out there, people. Okay, we know it. We know all this stuff is out there in these other dimensions, talking about the demonic spirits and fallen angels, and all these things come in through to our reality. We can't pick them up. Now, sometimes if God will open, and I pray the Lord will open my spiritual eyesight in Jesus' name more and more. But unless that happens, we can't see exactly where. We can see the effects, just like the wind we talk about. When we don't see the wind, but we see the effects of it when it's blowing and the wind, is moving branches and leaves and stuff like that. So, at any rate, that is the update from the Hadron Collider. I keep track of this. I know a lot of you guys do too, do as well, because just because of what they're trying to do, they actually admit that they're trying to locate other dimensions, and like I said, who knows? Maybe this might be what they're talking about when they're talking about the key, or getting into the bottomless pit, or opening. Sorry, got distracted. That the bottomless pit's going to be open, and take a read if you don't know when the bottomless pit gets open. Take a read and find out what comes through it. Yeah, do that. I think that will be. It's in the book of Revelation, chapter 5, I believe. Memory serves. My memory's not what it used to be. So at any rate, there's the update on that. Be back on here in a little bit. Maybe a few other things. Just going to try to do it as I get time. But anyway, just bear that in mind. Do some research on it. See what you think. CERN, CERN, or type in, that and Large Hadron Collider. Now you're going to get, like I said, a lot of scientific jargon and stuff. That it's most people out there that don't like science or anything like that. They're just going to be bored to tears with it. Okay, but I'm talking about of what they're trying to do, the outcome, the final result of when they crank this thing up and what they're trying to do, which I think is going to end up causing something in an apocalyptic and in a biblical sense. It's going to do something. So do some look up on it, do some research on it. Never hurts to have more wisdom, more knowledge. At any rate, we'll end this video right now, and we'll get the next big thing here in just 1 second. And but first, got to fix more coffee. Most important. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys here in a little bit. Take care now. God bless. Are you saved? Time's running out. Look at this stuff happening right now. They're getting ready to turn this thing back on. Where does that fit in God's prophecy? Who knows? Maybe closer than we think. Better be saved. Time's coming. That ark, the door of the ark is going to be closed, and that rain's going to start. That's it. Grace and mercy is over with. God bless you. See you in a minute.